Welcome to Khanix, your global audio mentor. The paradox of the passport. There is a strange paradox happening in Japan today, a mystery that the rest of the world is completely ignoring because they are too busy looking at their own bank accounts. Did you know that only 1 in 6 Japanese people currently own a passport? Pause and let that sink in. This is Japan, the land of the rising sun, an economic superpower, and their passport is ranked among the strongest in the world, second only to Singapore, granting visa-free entry to nearly 180 destinations. If you were to hand this golden ticket to a person in a developing country, they would treat it like a lottery win. It's freedom, it's opportunity. But for the Japanese, it's gathering dust in a drawer. Why would the citizens of a wealthy nation ignore their power to travel the world? Why are they staying home? The answer isn't that they hate other countries. It isn't that they are lazy. The answer is much deeper. It is a signal of a massive cultural and economic shift. And honestly, I think the Japanese young generation is silently teaching the rest of us a masterclass on how to survive in a dying economy. They are rewriting the rules of life, and the world needs to listen. The economic reality, the price of freedom. Let's look at the numbers. On paper, Japan is rich, but in reality, the individual Japanese citizen is feeling a squeeze that hasn't been seen in decades. For decades, Japan has been fighting a war against deflation and economic stagnation. Now, with the yen hitting record lows against the dollar and the euro, the world has become terrifyingly expensive for the average Japanese salaryman. 10 years ago, traveling to Paris or New York was a luxury. Today, it's a near impossible dream. We talk about inflation in the West, but in Japan, they are dealing with the double-edged sword of stagnant wages and a collapsing currency. But this isn't just about money. This is about the Japanese youth adopting a radical new philosophy. They are embracing a concept known as XX-banare. The word banare means to leave behind or to detach from. They aren't just giving up on expensive habits, they are structurally detaching from the old systems of society. And they are doing it for 4 very specific things. The 4 pillars of detachment. Let's break down what the Japanese youth are giving up and why I find it incredibly inspiring. Number 1, Kuruma-banare, giving up on travel. With the weak yen, an international trip feels financially reckless. Instead of risking their savings on a 2-week vacation abroad, they are finding value in domestic tourism. They are rediscovering their own backyards. It's not about being isolationist, it's about finding contentment without spending a fortune. Number 2, Kuruma-banare, giving up on owning a car. This one is massive. In a country that built its empire on cars like Toyota and Honda, young people are simply refusing to buy them. They are realizing the trap. The cost of insurance, parking, gas, and maintenance in a crowded city isn't worth the hassle. They are opting for public transport, ride shares, and bikes. It's a rejection of the status symbol lifestyle. Number 3, Kekkon-banare, giving up on marriage. This is the most controversial one. Marriage rates in Japan are plummeting. The youth aren't rejecting love, they are rejecting the cost of love. The social pressure to host expensive weddings, buy a house, and raise children in a high-cost economy is too heavy. They see their parents slaving away for decades, stressed and unhappy, and they are saying, "No, I choose my peace over a traditional obligation."
Number 4. Nomikai-banare,
giving up on going out drinking. The Japanese salaryman culture used to revolve around nomikai, drinking parties with colleagues until 3 a.m. It was mandatory for your career. The youth are killing this culture. They'd rather go home, cook a cheap meal, play a video game, and save their money. They are choosing individual freedom over performative socializing. This is called survival, not failure. When Western media looks at this, they call it depression. They call it Japanization. They say the youth have lost their ambition. They call it the Satori generation, a generation that has reached enlightenment simply by accepting that they will never be rich, so they have stopped trying. But I disagree. On Khanix, we look at the data differently. I don't think this is depression. I think this is rational adaptation. Let's be honest. The global economy is heading for a rough patch. The era of endless growth, easy credit, and cheap travel is over. We are entering an era of scarcity. The younger generation of Japan is on the front lines. They are showing us how to survive when the system breaks. They have stopped playing a game that is rigged against them. If owning a car keeps you poor, give it up. If getting married destroys your mental health and finances, opt out. If traveling abroad drains your life savings, appreciate your own home. They aren't giving up. They are opting out of consumerism. They have realized that chasing the American dream, or in this case the salaryman dream, is a treadmill that stops at a cliff. So they stepped off. Global lesson: the future of all of us. Do you think this is unique to Japan? Look around. Gen Z and millennials in the US, Europe, India, and Brazil are doing the exact same thing. We're seeing record numbers of young people delaying marriage. We're seeing car sales stagnate among the youth. We're seeing the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, which is essentially just saving 70% of your income by living like a monk. The world is watching Japan, but we should stop laughing and start learning. The lesson here isn't that we should become hermits. The lesson is that we must define success on our own terms. If the economy won't give you the money, you must develop the mindset to be happy with less. This is how you survive as an individual. You cut the fat. You cut the ego. You keep the essentials. And how do you survive as a country? Japan has survived stagnation for 30 years without burning to the ground. Why? Because the people adapted. They focused on high-tech savings, they focused on community, and they focused on a quieter, less chaotic life. The strength in letting go. So, the next time you see a headline about how Japan is in trouble or how the population is shrinking, take a closer look. Look at the individual who has chosen freedom over debt. Look at the student who isn't blowing his money on a BMW just to impress his neighbors. Look at the couple who isn't getting married because they refuse to carry a mortgage that will break them. This isn't weakness. This is discipline. The Japanese youth are the canaries in the coal mine. They are showing us what it takes to survive the winter. If we're smart, real talk, we'll start making these choices before the recession hits our doorsteps. Let go of what society expects of you. Only then do you truly own your life. This is Khanix. Stay awake. If this real talk hit you, hit like, share with someone worried about the future, subscribe and turn on the bell. New truth drops every week.